Hello, it is Wednesday. I am Henry. This is Midtown Comics, and of course it's New Comic Book Day. So we've got a wall filled with thousands, and I mean thousands of comics, and I'm going to walk along this wall and I'm going to tell you guys all about the greatest things that are coming to you this week. But of course, one of the greatest things coming to you guys this week is that on Saturday we're going to be having a signing with James Tynion IV at Midtown Comics downtown for Justice League Dark, and it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun. So we hope to see you guys there, and we hope that you guys are excited because we've got lots of books here for you to check out. So we're going to get started and we're going to dive in with some of those staff picks. So starting us off, we've got Mystery Staffer, who picked Marvel 2 and 1. The Thing and the Human Torch have been teaming up, and we know that the Fantastic Four are coming back, but are they going to be a part of the team? Are they going to make it through? I don't know. We'll find out. It's going to be a lot of fun. Then we've got Fonz going with a brand new issue of Saga, and this is going to be the last issue of Saga for a while because Fiona Staples and Brian K. Vaughan are taking a break, so you guys got to check it out to see the crazy cliffhanger, how things are going to go. Then we got Miguel going with that brand new issue of Multiple Man, and Multiple Man, I gotta tell you, it's been crazy, it's been fun. Matt Roseberg and Ann McDowell doing a great job on that title, and you've got Izzy. I'm not surprised in the slightest. Izzy went with the brand new issue of The Flash, and oh, the new issue of The Flash made me so happy. Such a great read, really fantastic stuff. And then of course we've got Sarah going with the very cool, shiny cover of Sonic the Hedgehog issue number 7 for the new IDW series. Now, as we bring it down, we've got our regular releases, and we start off with American Gods, My Ansel number 5, some cool stuff from Neil Gaiman, and we also have the second issue of Bedtime Games, as well as the third issue of Blackwood. There's a lot of cool series coming out of Dark Horse. Then as we move on, we've got that second issue of Modern Fantasy, a great fun series from Rafer Roberts and Kristen Gutznuck, and we still have some signed copies available of the first issue if you guys want to check it out. And then we also have the brand new issue of StarCraft Scavengers, a new series licensed officially by Blizzard, because, you know, they're the StarCraft guys. So it's going to be fun, it's going to be cool, and it's written by Jody Houser, which is pretty fantastic. Then as we move on, we've got a wealth of great books from DC, and starting us off, we've got the man himself, Aquaman, and everybody's buzzing about Aquaman after we saw the trailer, and this is some wonderful stuff we've got here. We've got the brand new issue of Aquaman, we've got the brand new issue of Mera, Queen of Atlantis, and the two of the books go hand in hand. Dan Abnett doing double duty, doing a great job on these titles, and I'm going to talk more about them later because they're nothing short of phenomenal. Then we have the brand new issue of Batman Beyond, and I absolutely adore this Dave Johnson variant cover. And we've got a very cool story unfolding. Dan Jurgens, Will Conrad doing a great job as we see the all-new Scarecrow striking Gotham. Some great stuff. Then we also have the brand new issue of Detective Comics DC over the weekend. San Diego Comic-Con happened. Whoa, crazy, outlandish. And they announced the official date of Detective Comics issue number 1000. So now, as we march onward, we have the, you know, goal in sight. You guys got to catch up, read the current stuff. It's crazy, it's great. Then as we move on, we have the brand new special. That's right, the Beach Blanket Bad Guys Summer Special. And this book just makes me very happy because I love these big, silly comics. I love the ones that just have a little bit of everything. And I love that they put Gorilla Grodd in a swimsuit. Because if there's one thing I like, it's a monkey in a swimsuit. And this is a lot of fun. You guys should really check it out. It's $10. It's 80 pages. It's huge. It's fantastic. Then we have the much anticipated brand new issue of Doomsday Clock. You see them right there on the cover. It's the mime, it's the marionette, and they are taking center stage as we get to explore their murky backstory. Some crazy stuff, and of course, you know that the Joker has been involved in the series, so you want to check it out. It is a lot of fun. Then we have the brand new issue of The Flash, issue number 51, The Last Race of Wally West. And look, if you watch these videos regularly, you know that I'm a huge Wally West fan. This issue made me super happy, and what made me really, really happy as well is that we have the wonderful art of Scott Collins on this. Scott Collins was drawing The Flash, of course, during Jeff Johns' run. He's done a number of issues here. It's been great. I love this Francesco Mattina cover as well with Wally and Barry, and oh, it just makes me happy. Then as we move on, we've got the brand new issue, the penultimate issue of Hal Jordan and the Green Lantern Corps. Of course, there was some big news coming out of San Diego involving the Green Lantern and his future. If you guys want to catch up on what's going on with Hal Jordan right now, this is the book with his name on the title, so it's a good place to look. Then we have the brand new issue of Hellblazer. Very cool stuff. We've got this wonderful Sean Phillips cover. And the final issue of the series, it is the good old days. And it's, you know, it's John Constantine. Things never really work out too well for him. So you gotta find out what gloom and doom is hanging over his head. Then we hit one of the books that I am most excited for this week. That is Justice League Dark #1. And I am super excited for this book. And that is because James Tynion IV and Ricardo Martinez Bueno is doing a great job on the series, really creating a dark horror series, as it should be with the title Justice League Dark. If you guys haven't been checking it out, I do recommend it. I think that it is absolutely wonderful. Now, as we move on, we've got that brand new issue of Mother Panic Gotham AD, as well as the brand new issue of The Silencer from the New Age of Heroes. And before we get started, because you know I'm going to gush about action, we're going to talk about some of these collected editions that we've got up top. Starting us off, we've got Rasputin, the Voice of the Dragon, the complete series, as well as Batman Volume 6, Bride or Burglar. This collects a wonderful array of stories, and you see her right there on the cover. It's got a lot of focus on Catwoman, so if you're a Catwoman fan, if you've liked what Tom King has been doing on the series, you guys got to be checking it out, because it sets up everything for the landmark Batman 50. Then we have a new edition of Batman Death and the Maidens, some very cool stuff there, as well as the DC Universe by Mike Mignola. Mike Mignola, of course, you know, a couple books ago we were looking at Rasputin. Who made Rasputin? Well, that's Mike Mignola. He's a master storyteller, and he has worked on many titles, and this is a great collection of his various DC works. Then as we move on, we've got a new edition of Superman for All Seasons. If you are a fan of Batman Long Halloween, it's like Long Halloween, but it's Superman. Because it's Jeff Loeb, it's Tim Sale, and it is awesome. Then we have the brand new Volume 3 of Trinity, as well as the new Teen Titans Omnibus Volume 3. And you can see right there on the cover, this is where we get to see the debut of a number of great things, including Disco Wing. And I love that costume for Nightwing. I think that's just one of the best costumes ever. You can fight me on it. It is a very fun read. Then we have the book, of course, people are very curious about. Action Comics number 1001. Can you say that again? 1001 issues of Action Comics. Absolutely crazy. And now Brian Michael Bendis and Patrick Gleason are telling a tale of Clark Kent in Metropolis. And Metropolis is, well, it's crazy. If you ever, you know that movie Metropolis, it's like that, but even crazier. And things are really heating up as a new villain appears in Metropolis, and I'll talk more about it in a minute. Then we also have the reprinted edition of the Teen Titans special, because, oh my goodness, that sold out wildly fast. Everybody's excited for this new direction of Teen Titans. So what do we have right here? We have that brand new issue of Teen Titans. That's right, issue number 20 of the new series. Meet the newest Teen Titans. We've got Roundhouse, Red Arrow, Crush, Djinn, Robin, and Kid Flash, and it is a wonderful new status quo. You guys got to check it out. If you haven't been reading Teen Titans, now is your opportunity. Check it out. Then we have the brand new issue of the Terrifics, issue number 6 from the New Age of Heroes. Some wonderful stuff there from Joe Bennett and Jeff Lemire, as well as the brand new issue of Wonder Woman, issue number 51, and it's got an Art Germ variant that just makes me want to cry. It's so pretty. It is absolutely gorgeous. We've got the Art Germ cover, we've got the Jenny Friesen cover, and honestly, it's just some of the best art you're going to see in comics. Then as we move on, we've got Dissension War Eternal number 1, as well as We Are the Danger number 2. Very cool series from Fabian Lelay. Then we also have Bone Parish, a brand new series from Cullen Bunn and Boom Studios, as well as the brand new issue of Rick and Morty. And I've seen Pickle Rick, but Couch Rick, I don't know if I trust that. I don't want to sit on Rick. That sounds awful. Then we have the new series, Britannia Lost Eagles of Rome. Very cool stuff coming out of Valiant. This is, of course, a follow-up to their last Britannia series from a couple years ago. It was very fun, very accessible. If you want to check out a cool fantasy series, Britannia's got you covered. Then we have the brand new issue of Harbinger Wars 2, issue number 3 of the series. And we also have the brand new issue of XO Manowar. Show off a couple different covers here. Some cool stuff going on in the pages of XO Manowar. Always awesome. Then we have Real Science Adventures from the World of Atomic Robo, issue number 1, as well as Joe Hill's The Cape, Fallen, issue number 2. Now, as we go through IDW, we've also got the brand new issue of Dungeons & Dragons, Evil at Baldur's Gate, and a couple different covers there. But we also have Judge Dredd Under Siege, which is very cool. If you are a Dredd aficionado, you guys got to be checking out the book. Then one of my favorite books from IDW, we have the brand new issue of Punk's Not Dead, a very cool, I guess you could call it like a mystic punk series. It's kind of hard to put your finger on it, but I'll tell you that it is very easy to pick up and plow through that because I've been eating up every issue of it. Then we have that brand new issue of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, issue number 84, some crazy stuff. You ever get a guy's head stuck in your wall? It's really hard to get that out. Some cool stuff, and we've got a nice Kevin Eastman cover there. And we also have the brand new issue of Transformers Bumblebee. That's right, issue number 2 of the series, and this is really that's really fun. The Living Headlights, some very fun plays on James Bond mythology if you are a James Bond fan. And also, if you're a fan of the Transformers, this is leading up into the new Transformers movie, Bumblebee, that's coming out this December. So, very exciting stuff. Then, for more Transformers, the Transformers trifecta, we've got the brand new issue of Lost Light, and we have the brand new issue of Unicron. Now, as we bring it up, we've got some cool indie collections. First off, we've got Super Patriot Heroes, Nazi Punchers. Then we have The Art of Ratchet and Clank, as well as the Visual Archive of Robotech, which you know has some amazing designs. Then we've got Catalyst Prime Incidentals, Volume 2, as well as Star Trek New Visions. And we've got Transformers versus Visionaries. A lot of Vision stuff going on here. Very, sight favoring. Then we've got Final Fantasy, the Ultimania Archive, which is really cool, really nice edition, and it's got the first 6 games in there. And as we continue on, we've got the second trade paperback collection of Regression, as well as Warframe from Top Cow. And then we've got a slew of great books from Marvel, including an epic collection of Daredevil, the Root of Evil, as well as the current stuff, the current work of Charles Soule on Mayor Fisk, a great storyline that I believe this will, it collects through issue 600. 600 issues of Daredevil. Collects it. Awesome. Then we've got the little book of the Incredible Hulk, as well as the little book of Iron Man. So we've got some classic stuff if you guys want a book that's maybe not too big. And we also have Secret Invasion, Rise of the Skrulls. And this is really cool because it gives you a lot of the classic Skrull adventures. So we've got what? Fantastic Four. Wow, we've got Fantastic Four issue number 2, number 18, the annual. That's where they get turned into a cow. We've got a lot of fun stuff in here. Some Avengers, the Initiative. We've got Secret Invasion, Who Do You Trust, Captain Marvel, Miss Marvel. That's a lot of Skrulls. That's a lot of wrinkly chins. And that's a lot of fun stuff to enjoy. Then as we bring it back, we have the brand new issue of Descender from Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen. Always doing an amazing job with the sci-fi adventure. And we also have the brand new issue of Gasolina, issue number 10. As we continue on, we've got the brand new issue of Hackslash Resurrection with Vampirella, of course, as well as the brand new issue of Hit Girl. Some crazy stuff, and now the Millarverse is actually being inhabited by other people. We've got Jeff Lemire and Eduardo Risso doing a great job on that title. As we continue, we've got that brand new issue of Moonshine, also from Eduardo Risso. This man's crazy because he's got 2 books on the stands on the same week. Who can do that? Eduardo Risso can, and he can make it fantastic. Now, as we move on, we've got a new series that I am very excited about. We've got The New World from Alice Cott and Tradmore. Absolutely gorgeous editions of the book. We've got a Ramon Villalobos variant cover as well. And if you guys haven't been checking it out or heard any of the news for the series, it is one you're going to want to check out. It's a cool post-apocalyptic dystopia of America, and I'm going to talk more about it in a minute. It's also huge. Actually huge. This book is super big, so it's like $5, but it's gargantuan, so that's awesome. Then we have the brand new issue of The Realm, as well as the brand new issue of Redneck from Donny Cates. Always having a lot of fun there. We also have the brand new issue of Royal City from Jeff Lemire, and like I mentioned before, we've got that new issue of Saga from Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples. They're going to take a little bit of a break, but you guys have to read this because if that's not an ominous cover, I don't know what is. That's blood. That red is all blood what is happening. I like this little detail here, the bubbles. See, it makes it all very real, very tangible, very terrifying. Then we have Savage Dragon number 236 with the Savage Little Dragons. Of course, there's some fun Calvin and Hobbes references through this issue, which I think is very fun. We also have the second issue of Shanghai Red, which is super awesome. Pirate story. Then as we move on, we have the brand new issue of Wayward, and then we hit Marvel. So from Marvel, first off, we've got a couple reprinted editions. We've got Avengers issue number 2 and Avengers issue number 3 from the current series, and it's got Jason Aaron, it's got Ed McGuinness, it's got Paco Medina, it's got some really great stories. Then we have the brand new issue of Deadpool Assassin from Cullen Bunn and Mark Bagley. Very cool stuff. And we're going to bring it up top, and we're going to talk about the Secret Invasion Omnibus. This is awesome. Secret Invasion by Brian Michael Bendis. And let me tell you guys, this has Secret Invasion. It has Secret Invasion Prologue. It's got the New Avengers tie-ins, the Mighty Avengers tie-ins, New Avengers Illuminati. So that's awesome. It's got a ton of great goodies for you guys to enjoy. If you guys never read Secret Invasion, it is one of Marvel's very cool, all-encompassing events, and I highly recommend it. Then we have S.H.I.E.L.D. The Human Machine from Jonathan Hickman and Dustin Weaver. Finally done, finally collected, finally in one place. And we also have Spider-Girl, the complete collection, as well as Venomized, the recent series from Cullen Bunn. And then for a double dose of Cullen Bunn, you can read the brand new volume of X-Men Blue. And this actually ties in with Venomized and establishes what's going on. And then we got the X-Men. And I love the X-Men. So more X-Men. Let's spread the X-Men out. Let's give the X-Men extra love. Now we're going to bring it back down. We've got a trio of fantastic books here, and this genuinely makes me super happy. You guys know I've been doing a big Fantastic Four binge. I finished Fantastic Four yesterday. I've read 185 issues of Fantastic Four in like the last 2 months, and I got to tell you, these are some of the coolest things that you can be reading with the Fantastic Four. We've got the birth of Valeria Richards, which is, of course, a terrible, harrowing journey involving Doctor Doom. We've got the new Fantastic Four when it was the Hulk and Ghost Rider and Wolverine and Spider-Man, so that's absolutely bonkers. And then we have one of my favorites right here. We've got What If Spider-Man Joined the Fantastic Four and they became the Fantastic Five. And this is really cool because this is actually a nice segue into the new What If books that they're going to be putting out from Marvel in this October. And I'm very excited. And this book is also just really great and really depressing. So if you want to be depressed, read that one because it's not a happy ending. Then we have Infinity Wars Prime. And, man, you want to talk about not a happy ending. This book's crazy. This thing is rocketing off. A great launch to the new story. And then we have Marvel 2-in-1 issue number 8, as well as the brand new issue, very meta cover for Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur. Then we have the brand new issue of Moon Knight, as well as issue number 228 of The Punisher. We also have the second issue of the new Sentry series, which is really great. Jeff Lemire doing a great job with Kim DeCinto, deconstructing the mythos of the Sentry and reimagining it through a modern lens. Awesome book. Very cool. I really like what they've got going. And then we've got the brand new issue of Spider-Man, and it earns the name Amazing. Ryan Otley and Nick Spencer are really doing a tremendous job on the title, having a lot of fun. We also have the brand new issue of Dr. Aphra, a couple different covers I'll show you guys. Things look weird because we've got some weird tentacle monster, and Star Wars gets kind of crazy sometimes. Cy Spurrier doing a great job with Kev Walker on art. Then we also have the brand new issue of Lando Double or Nothing from Rodney Barnes. Great as well. And the brand new issue of Venom. And guys, everybody's curious about Venom. Everybody's excited for what's coming up with the, symbiotic fiend. And then we have a great story here unfolding, a very cool mystery with the mythos of Venom, as we get to see a side of things that we've never seen before. And also this book is just selling out like crazy, going to multiple printings, so you should check it out while you can. Then we have that brand new issue of Mystery in Madripoor from The Hunt for Wolverine, a very cool storyline that's unfolding, exploring where is Logan? It's like where's Waldo, but much worse because he's just a short Canadian dude. Then we've got Old Canadian Dude in Old Man Logan, issue number 44, Ed Brisson and Juan Ferreira, whose art is phenomenal, doing a great job on the story here as he faces off against Bullseye. We also have the brand new issue of Multiple Man, issue number 2, as well as the brand new issue of X-23, some cool stuff. And we have the launch of Mr. and Mrs. X. Of course, Rogue and Gambit have gotten hitched. It's crazy. It's fun. It's very cool. We have the brand new issue of Wakanda Forever featuring the X-Men, of course. And we have the brand new issue of X-Men Blue as well as X-Men Grand Design. Excuse me, is this somebody's bag? Can't leave this here. So, we're going to start off with a double dose of Atlantean adventure because I grabbed both Aquaman and Mera, Queen of Atlantis. Now, word to the wise, read Mera before you read Aquaman because they are building into one another, and this story has been building for months. It's been crazy. Dan Abnett's been doing a great job with the title, really building up the mythos of Atlantis and incorporating some great stories as well. It's been really fun, and if you guys haven't been checking it out, I do super recommend it. They are legitimately two of my favorite books coming out right now, and I'm loving Dan Abnett's run on the title. Then we have the brand new issue of Justice League Dark, and Alvaro Martinez is doing a great job on the series. If you guys haven't been checking out the art in this thing, it's crazy, and I honestly have to kind of restrict myself. I can't show you guys because some of it gets a little bit downright creepy. James Tynion IV doing a great job bringing together a new team, and I definitely think you guys should be checking this out. And of course, you guys are going to be joining us this Saturday because we're going to have a lot of fun talking to James at our signing from Midtown Comics Downtown. It's going to be a blast. You guys should come by and share your nightmares with him because maybe he'll put them into the book. Then we have the brand new issue of Doomsday Clock, and you want to talk about things that give you nightmares. The things that happen in this issue are really incredible. We've got a lot of great stories unfolding with the mime and the marionette as we explore their background. We explore the tapestry that has been woven into the mythology of the DC universe. Gary Frank really does a great job. What I really like about it is that he really... A classic thing that Watchmen does, it'll show you one thing and then it'll show you another thing, and they're two different things, but they use the same framing devices. Gary Frank does a really great job of using the same framing in his storytelling that makes it crystal clear and really emphasizes the point. Jeff John's doing a great job as well, and I'm really exploring the world. I'm enjoying exploring the world of DC through this, and I can't wait to see what happens. Also, Captain Cold cameo, so that made me happy. Then we have the brand new issue of Action Comics, issue number 1001. I've got the Francis Manapul cover here in front of me. There's also a David Mack cover, and there's Patrick Gleason. And, of course, Patrick Gleason is the interior artist working with writer Brian Michael Bendis on a very cool story. And what I really like, if you guys have been reading Superman for the last couple of years, you've seen Patrick Gleason really do an incredible job with the Man of Steel, and I'm very excited to see him on Action Comics proper now, and I'm very excited to see where the story is building up to because we have a new villain who's popping up. If you guys read Man of Steel, you know there's all these fires, all these crazy things going on in Metropolis. This is where you're going to start seeing the answers, and we answer some questions here, but we raise a lot of new questions, and that is a sign of a great writer, and I'm very excited to see what Brian Michael Bendis does from here. Then we have the newest Teen Titans in Teen Titans issue number 20. And, of course, everybody was talking about Titans all week long because we saw the first trailer, our first glimpse at the live-action iteration of the characters. And now we get to see the new iteration of the characters in the book as well. It's very cool. It's very accessible if you haven't been reading the title. And I think that you guys should definitely be checking this out. Adam Glass jumping on and Bernard Chang doing a great job on the art. I have loved what he's done with Batman Beyond and his covers to New Superman these last couple years. He's a wonderful fit, and this is a great new direction for the title. Then some indie books I got to spotlight. We got to go with Modern Fantasy issue number 2. It's fun. It's whimsy. It's great because it's, you know, it's like take your normal everyday life and combine it with D&D. And you've got Modern Fantasy, and it's really fun, and it's really quirky, and I think it's nice to have fun, quirky things. Then we've got Punk's Not Dead. Also a fun, quirky thing, but definitely much darker. Very cool stuff, very fun story. And last issue, we got a lot of answers questioned. We got a lot of questions answered, and we did have some of our answers questioned as what we thought was known was thrown into flux. The series has been really great. I've really enjoyed what IDW has been producing here, and I also just think it's got some of the coolest art in comics right now. Then we have the brand new issue of Hit Girl. We've got Jeff Lemire and Eduardo Riso, and we've got Hit Girl in Canada. So you know it's going to be cool, you know it's going to be crazy, and you know that they're going to have a lot of fun because, you know, Lemire is Canadian, so it makes sense that he's doing this, right? Then we have the brand new issue of The New World, and look, Treadmore is unearthly. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he puts in so much detail. Even something like this, even the decayed state of, you know, the Capitol, or I guess the White House, is really remarkable through his storytelling abilities. Treadmore puts in an amazing amount of detail, and while I will say that that is what immediately drew me to this book, Alice Cott really does a great job creating an engaging world and a unique dystopia. We get a lot of dystopian stories. We see a lot of things where everything has gone terrible, but this book hits hard, and it's really cool, and it's also, like, ridiculously supersized. It's huge. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this book is like twice the size of every other book I have here, at least. It's great. It's $4.99. It's worth it. Then we have the brand new issue of Shanghai Red, and Shanghai Red is like a pirate revenge tale. It's like you've been on a ship, you've been, you know, treated horribly all these years, and then you take back the ship, and then you're going to destroy everybody for making your life so miserable. It's really cool. Chris Sebulba and Joshua Hickson doing a great job. Joshua Hickson's art is really quite stunning. If you guys haven't checked out the first issue, I do recommend it, and I do recommend that you guys check this out because it's a really fantastic read. Then we have from Marvel Infinity Wars Prime, and this is an awesome cover. We sold out of this cover online, sorry guys, but come to the store and you can find it here. It is definitely great. It is very cool because we get to see this new storyline with the Infinity Stones. And, of course, you know, if the Infinity Stones are involved, you know, Thanos is going to be involved. That's kind of his whole thing, right? But we've got this new villain we know very little about called Requiem. And it's great. If you guys haven't been checking it out, Infinity Countdown was really cool. A wonderful setup for this. But this is also very approachable if you have not read that. So please check this out because it's going to have big consequences for Marvel going forward. Then we have the second issue of Amazing Spider-Man, and it's Ryan Ottley. And so I like the silly things in Spider-Man. I like the quirky villains. I like the ones that nobody else cares about. I like the Ringer. The Ringer is great. What does he do? He shoots rings at people that constrict your body and basically suffocate you. It's a very silly thing, but it's great. And this book is absolutely fantastic. And what I'll show you that's maybe a little bit more exciting, you guys can see it on the cover. We've got the lizard popping up, and man, Ryan Ottley draws a sick lizard, dude. Nick Spencer, of course, I'm not going to spoil the things that happened last issue. If you haven't read it, you should read it. But we do see that the lizard is in this book. It's very cool to see what this new status quo means for Peter and his life moving forward. And it's just great. Nick Spencer is a master storyteller with Spider-Man. He knows pretty much everything there is to know about it. He literally read all of Spider-Man ever before coming onto this book. So you guys should check it out because the guy knows what's up. Then we've got the brand new issue of X-23, and if you like seeing clones fighting clones, it is a really good book for you because we've got the Stepford Cuckoos, Cuckoo. We've got X-23, and we've got Gabby, of course, her sister of sorts, her clone, and it's great. It's really cool. Juan Cabal's art is awesome. If you guys missed out on the first issue, you should come by and check it out because Juan Cabal's art is in many ways similar to Jamie McKelvey, but he has a really unique style that I think makes him absolutely great. I can't show you any of the pages because it's really spoilery, but it's great, and you should be checking it out. Mariko Tamaki does a great job. Then we've got Mr. and Mrs. X, and it is a wedding that stunned everybody because it's Rogue and Gambit, and they finally got married. And, of course, they got married the way that only Rogue and Gambit would. They did it on a whim. Why not? Makes perfect sense. Wonderful book. Kelly Thompson really doing a great job, and Oscar Bazulda doing a great job. And just when you see a double-page spread like this, it just makes me happy. And this book makes me very happy. I'm loving what Kelly Thompson has done with these characters. If you didn't read Rogue and Gambit, you should read Rogue and Gambit because it's really good. So check it out. Then we've got the X-Men in Wakanda Forever. And this is really cool because it is a great introduction to the Dora Milaje if you've never read the comic book interpretation of them. But we've also got the writer Nnedi Okorafor, who is going to be writing the new Shuri series. So if you want a taste of what she has to offer, this is a really great place to look. And, of course, it's got the Dora Milaje and it's got the X-Men. You know it's going to be great. Then a few collections I had to talk about. We've got the DC Universe by Mike Mignola, and this is great because, first off, on the back, we've got Deadman. And if there's ever a character that I think speaks perfectly to the sensibilities of Mike Mignola, it is definitely Deadman. And we've also got some great stories here. We've got the Phantom Stranger. We've got the World of Krypton. We've got Superman. We've got Legends of the Dark Knight. We've got Swamp Thing. And we've got Mike Mignola telling it the whole time, so that's awesome. Then a classic book that you guys should be checking out is Spider-Girl. And this is, that's right, Spider-Girl. Now, what I really like about this is Spider-Girl is a fluke. She's like Spider-Gwen.
She was a one-shot. She was a what-if. She was a, well, wouldn't that be neat if Spider-Man had a kid? And the book was so good, was so popular that she had a series that lasted like a decade. So if you guys have never checked out The Adventures of Mayday Parker, this is a really great place to look. It is really fun, and this collects a lot of the series. This collects 22 different issues in one place, so that's fantastic. It's a great price. Check it out. And then one book that we actually don't have on the shelf anymore, but we probably have it in our stores, and we've got one in my hand. It's X-Men Origins. These are great because it's all the different X-Men Origins one-shots. Let's see. We've got Colossus, Jean, Beast, Sabretooth, Gambit, Wolverine, Iceman, Cyclops, Nightcrawler, Emma, Deadpool. And what's really great is that this collects all of them, all in one spot. The Jean Grey issue in this is absolutely phenomenal. As somebody who did not have a great interest in Jean Grey before that issue, this issue is fantastic. And I also really like the Beast issue because Beast is my favorite X-Men. But this series is really cool if you guys want to check out and find a little bit out about all the X-Men before they were X-Men. This is the place to look. So that's it. It is a wonderful week in the world of comics. We've got tons of books on the shelves. We've got tons of people that are very excited about the comics. I'm talking in a million words per minute because I am so excited I can't contain it. Very excited, and hopefully you guys will be joining us soon. We have our signing, of course, this Saturday with James Tynion IV for Justice League Dark. It's going to be absolutely incredible, and keep an eye out because we might have some cool new things coming to you soon, but hopefully you guys already know that because you're going to be coming through, and we'll see you. Like this video? Thank you. I'm very glad to hear that. I appreciate hearing nice things from people. So if you've got other nice things that you want to say, you can type them with your fingers into the comment section below. You can also, of course, like this video. You can share this video. You can subscribe to our channel. And you can also find us on different social media platforms. You can find us on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram. You can find us on Twitter. And if you can find me, I will be very happy because I love hearing your feedback and I love hearing from you guys. So thank you so much and have a good one.